Hi everybody, Carla here. I'm sitting here with my spinning wheel and these samples from the August Phat Fiber sampler box. And I'll show some clips or some photos of what all the samples look like. But what I've done here is I have just taken them and kind of stripped them down into little pieces, thin pieces for spinning. So what I'm going to do is spin a fun art yarn. I love to corespin. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do. If you look on the wheel now, you can see what I've done so far with the colors and how they've been kind of combining and mixing together. I think what I may do, I may go back and ply this with a rayon embroidery thread to kind of give it some little bubbles in between, or I may not, I'm not sure. It all depends on what I think the finished yarn might end up being. For now, I'm thinking probably pretty fun to do some weaving with it. So anyways, so the way I get started is I take the leader off of my wheel, and this is a country, Ashford Country Jumbo. It's a double treadle, which makes it so much easier. I don't even know if they make these in a single treadle. And then I tie my core yarn, which this is actually just some acrylic cotton blend that I had, so I'm going to use that. So I tied that, and then I start by spinning kind of a thin single and around it, and then I just do the core spinning, kind of drafting and letting it go onto the yarn. So let's get started. I can go pretty fast on this, but I'm going to try to go pretty slow. So essentially you're drafting and letting it coil over your core yarn. And then as I get near the end, I'm just going to pick this one up, lock it in there, and then keep going. So my idea is, I've spun some of these yarns like this with the Phat Fiber sampler, and what I like about it is that there's so many different color changes and texture changes. So I enjoy seeing that. And then say you go, okay, I'm gonna pop in, let's pop in some red. Lock it in. And then you're holding your core yarn pretty snug. And then you're kind of letting go with it as you're drafting. You're letting it go. So the wool can wrap around that. We'll let this red go for a while. It'll be a long burst of red color. Nothing wrong with red, especially with, well, it's September now, so fall, red, orange, yellow, green, those are all great fall colors. Okay, I'm going to hold this a little bit later for a different pop of color. And then go with some white. Oh, this is from Naturally You. This is the Corriedale roving. See how easy this spins? Super easy. Top is nice for spinning a single, but when you go to spin our yarns like this, anything that's in a bat form is actually going to be easier to spin. This was a natural dyed Corriedale on that. And then here some top, so you can see what the top looks like going on. This is the glitzy top, merino. Wow, look at that, it's pretty. Ooh, with those colors. I love that, those two together. Okay. So just kind of pinching with my thumb and my finger, my forefinger, bringing it over. This is how I do all of my Corespin yarns. I don't really follow any rules. I think when I learned how to do this, I got on YouTube probably 10 years ago and just searched everywhere, and there weren't a lot of videos. So it was trial and error, and I made it work for me just the simplest way possible. Here's some more top. This was the Phat Fiber blend. The August box was crystals and gemstones. So we've got a lot of these different bright colors. This is coming out really pretty, I like that. So mostly because the black is on top here, look at that on this, the black is on top, so that's what you're seeing. Let's flip it. lock it in. And now we're gonna see more of those colors. Ooh, I might just take some of this. Let's turn it, get some black. I might go back and forth a little bit on that. That looks pretty cool. I'll have to do that on my next yarn. Natural dye Corespin again. We want to blend these two colors together. Let's just kind of grab them both and spin them at the same time. This is Alice's from Handmade Hollows. This is her sapphire bat. Look at that. Oh my lord. It's so pretty. So glad I got back into spinning again. I've been so busy with dyeing fiber, dyeing yarn, organizing the Phat fiber box, getting sales going on my Curly Cues page that it's been a little bit of a challenge. Although I'm due to vend at a festival in Oregon next month, and with the virus I don't know if it's going to get canceled again, but if not, I have to really get busy. Yarn, especially this yarn, is a really big seller for me there, so I've got to make sure that I am ready to go. Now Rollags, when you go in to spin Rollags as a art yarn, or Corespin I should say, it's a bit trickier because it's the way that they are prepared. You've got just a thinner piece of fiber to work with. So I'm actually going to end up with some tight coils. I might kind of just wrap this back and forth on each other. Look at that. That almost makes it look more like beehives. So this yarn will have a lot of texture. And just pick and choose here. Here we go. This is a fiber bat sample. So pretty. So I know folks wonder with the Phat fiber box, they go, oh, what am I going to do with all these little onesie twosies or mini samples? But a lot of our customers, if you're a felter, a lot of customers use them for felting, which is great. The other thing is that you can card them, create your own bats, or you can spin them as an art yarn and come up with a crazy fun yarn. You could also do the same thing like this and just spin it as a single. So I'll do that too, but essentially that is how I spin the Corespin yarns. Make sure that locks in. Okay, there we go. I like mixing a shiny glitzy one with a natural. There we go. All right, so let me show you what it looks like. Just going to kind of unwind it here. Cool, right? Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. I'll turn the camera off and then I'll show you some photos of what my final product is. So if you're interested in the Phat Fiber sampler box, go to www.phatfiber.com. You can sign up for the monthly subscription, so you are guaranteed a sampler every month. Otherwise, we have a limited number that are available. They go up for sale on Saturday morning, usually the third week of the month. But you want to be on early when that sale happens because they usually sell, the remaining boxes sell out fairly quickly. But if you sign up for subscriptions, then you are good to go and there's never a problem with getting your samplers. So, all right, I'm going to finish spinning the rest of these fibers, mix them up, put them on here, and I'll show you a photo when I'm done. Okay, have a great day. Hi there. Okay, so after I spun the yarn up, I decided, let me get it over here. I decided that I did want to ply it. What the heck? Go ahead and ply it with some black thread. This is an embroidery thread, so it's rayon. So it has a little bit of shine to it. But I decided I want to apply it because I want to add a little bit of something to tie this all together. So what I did was, instead of unwinding it directly off the bobbin, I unwound it through the orifice here just because I don't have to tie it back on again. So going to keep that over here, and I will take my black yarn, or thread I should say, and I'm going to tie it in here. After I'm done, I'll cut this off and make it all look neato and not too crazy. Although, you know, yeah, I'll do it. I'll make it look neat. I'm just kidding. I just always joke about not following rules and just kind of making it work for me. So the thing is with plying, you have to go the opposite direction. So when you're spinning, your wheel's going to the right. When you're plying, you're going to go to the left. So I am just going to get this going, and this wheel's a little weird in the beginning, so I have to kind of hold tight, make sure that it starts going around and locking on there. All this yarn, beginning yarn here, I'm going to cut that off. But ply, ply, ply. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so now we've got some, it's going around the bobbin. I'm going to do this and try not to let it get too loose. I kind of want to pull it tight. So there we go. So essentially, I'm just going to kind of hold on to this yarn. I'm going to let it go a little bit, let it ply. I don't know if you can see how it's doing that, but it's plying, it's going around. Speed it up a little bit. That's in the camera, and I'm going to see I'm kind of holding on to the embroidery thread, bringing this through, letting it wrap around. So it's wrapping around, and what it's doing is it's tightening up the fibers. You see how the ridges? Oh, my poor wheel. It needs a new attachment down there. So. Okay. Let's keep going. What happened? Let's wind it back up. There we go. Technical difficulties. There we go. I'm missing a little part off my wheel here, so I need to order it. And I guess I don't know why I haven't done it. Well, I wasn't using my wheel for the longest time. I was using a little electric eel wheel, which is an electric spinner, and so it could spin singles. And that's kind of what I've been doing lately, but this is coming out fantastic. Wait till you see it. Tying back over it with another thread just kind of gives it that little extra pop. You can also spin this as you're core spinning. You can spin Corespin and have the other thread wrapping around at the same time. So I would say once you accomplish your core spinning, then you can try to do that one. It's a little difficult to try to figure out right from the get-go. And as my bobbin fills up, I need to move it over here to the next hook. just plain. I love how it goes around and just kind of bites right into that. See? So. I don't know, I'm almost thinking that I might want to just crochet this into a really quick cowl, because I can whip that up fast on one of my big plastic crochet hooks. Just so we can see how it looks like, the finished product. All right, well, I am going to finish this and then I'll get back with photos and show you the finished product. And I'm actually really excited because last week I was carding up some fiber bats, and now that I got my little Corespin thing back, I want to start doing that again. But I held back one of these bats for myself. Look at this. So pretty. I love it. So all different kinds of wools. There's some bamboo, some linen in there, some sparkle, a bunch of sari silk. And so I'll be corespinning this one. I'll make a video of that because, like I said, in the bat form, it's you know, quite a bit easier to do it because of the way the fiber's prepared, but it's great. So anyways, yeah, these were on my Curlicues page for the sale last week, and I saved some for myself. So I'm gonna do those, and I'm gonna finish this first, and then I'll get back to this, spin it, and show you some more photos. Okay, bye.